We are on the top of a 1 kilometre long coal train.
Locked onto this crazy machine.
We have a number of people up in trees. Those tree sets are attached to machines.
It's the group that has caused major disruptions right across the city over the past few months using this tactic of civil disobedience.
This year, 5 people shut down Adani's coal port, which is the 4th biggest in Australia, for 75 hours. We can put a siege on these people, man. We don't have to ask permission.
I'm in a car, otherwise known as a dragon, to block the path of machines that might want to destroy the forest behind us. Logging of native forests like this shouldn't even be up for debate. There is no argument for it anymore in a climate and ecological emergency. Coming here and experiencing the takayna and connecting with this forest is a really big reason why I'm an environmental activist right now, and where I will be probably for the rest of my life.
So we're in a very new patch of clear fell. This is an area of forest which Sustainable Timbers Tasmania calls coop number BO92C. They moved in about a week ago. They've done a huge amount of damage and clear felled a number of old growth trees. We have moved in 3 days ago and we're occupying this space. We want to make sure that not another tree is felled in this area.
We are calling on the Tasmanian government, we're calling on Premier Gutwin, currently the Minister creating climate change, to be the man who helps to stop it. This should have been nominated for World Heritage by the Tasmanian government a long time ago.
Protect the takayna!
This mine is to be one of the biggest in the world, certainly the biggest in the Southern Hemisphere. It'll trigger an avalanche of further mines that are waiting for the railway to go in.
Happy birthday. Thank you. This is my birthday party.
I feel that anything I can do to make a difference is worth my while. The experience of locking on was terrifying, but I would do it again. I'd make my stand again. And I hope that I can convince some of my friends who might never have done it either to come and make a stand.
I got me some chains, got me some friends, gonna lock on to defend this little hole, third rock from the sun. Everyone gonna block that line up to Galilee, gonna block that line up to Galilee, gonna block that line up to Galilee. Oh, now we're gonna block that line up to Galilee, we're gonna block that line up to Galilee, we're gonna block that line up to Galilee.
It isn't just Adani and this mine, it's so many other mines and politicians and corporations and systems that we have in place that we're fighting against.
So I'm atop a really big tree trunk that is attached to several large pieces of machinery. So if they try and detach any one piece of rope, then I will fall. So they can't do that.
Although this is a big drop, it's still just a drop. But we're all trying to create a bigger wave, a movement.
One of our aims is to challenge this false dichotomy of protest being a loud and colourful form of political lobbying. I really want to make it clear to people that we're not here to educate you about the climate crisis. You know about the climate crisis. You know how bad it is, you know what's going to happen. And if you don't, you can look it up and you'll be terrified. So we're not here to do that. We're not here to highlight things. We're here to be as disruptive as possible, because the only way to challenge entrenched power is to be materially disruptive.
The rail bridge that I'm going to be blocking provides access for all coal trains going into or coming out of the Newcastle coal port, which is the largest coal port in the world. I think it's pretty powerful for one person to be able to immobilise that for an extended period of time, just using a bit of rope and some metal poles. The colonising empire has been waging a brutal war for over 250 years against First Nations people and land, and that war continues today, and it's resulted in the collapse of all our life support systems. It's driving the climate and ecological crisis.
The environment's about to change dramatically. It's going to really push us out of our comfort zone, simply because, you know, our TV and our lounge room might be underwater. Well, Mystery Dingo tours have been running for 8 years. This is its 8th year. The idea is to allow people to walk on country and fall in love with places that need protecting. Lead State Forest, the last bit of white box grassy woodland, and that's the main back entrance into the mine where we've done a lot of actions. We've slowed it down, but not enough to stop it. They just broke rules as they went, and they were allowed because there's no difference between the government and big corporations.
This is coal. Don't be afraid. Don't be scared.
The Treasurer knows the rule on crops.
It's coal.
Nutty Greens who think it's time to blockade this, that and the other.
Well, they don't need the ravings of some pure, enlightened and woke capital city greenies at this time.
People label us as greenies because we stand up. Well, then my message to those people is fuck you.
To protect our home, our planet and our future. Well, I've done to show that coal is there to us.
I've been a mine worker for about 10 years. I've come down here today to board a train.
We have a brave activist who is up a tripod behind me, about 8 metres above the ground. I think now is the time to take action. We can't keep asking our representatives, they will just simply refuse to, because special interest groups with big money control the situation.
I've exhausted every option that's been presented within the system. We are using nature's weapons to defend her.
I would encourage people to come down, support the people on the ground and find out for themselves what's going on.
You know, it's trying to create a safer future for all of us.
We need to keep it in the ground, leave it where it is and find better, cleaner sources of energy.
We want to see a better world, we have to make it for ourselves.
If you know what's going on and you know in your heart that it's bad, then skill up and then act up.